Greetings ladies and gents, my name is Chameleon and this is Plague Inc. Welcome to my very own Halloween special. As you can have seen in the intro by now, I'm dressed up as a vampire for today's occasion, well, tonight's occasion I might add. And we are going to play the Neurax worm today, a manipulative organism that burrows into the brain. As I have said last episode, this is a special kind of virus, or plague, plague. And we are going to play it today. So, the Neurax worm, we have again our genetic code here on the left. I'm going for extremophile, which is a new gene I got. A minor bonus in all environments, so that should be good. And then we have... I don't want to be easy to cure, because what I know about this disease that it will get, no matter if you don't have any symptoms, it will get discovered. Because hey, we've got a parasite in the brain, that cannot be good. This is all a guess just for me. I'm going for transmissions, and I'm going to take the ability costs don't increase. So my abilities are cheaper and my transmissions can be mutated. I really hope that will give me a lot of DNA to move around. So, and we're playing on normal again, of course. Now, my plague is called vampirism. So, everybody's going to get infected with vampirism on Halloween. How joyful. So, let's go. So, we need to select the start location. Now, I'm trying to think of some kind of lore reference, like Dracula, for example. And that was in Transylvania, but I have no idea if that is. We have the Balkan. Oh, oops. Well, apparently vampirism starts in the Balkan states. It wasn't my intention. I probably wanted to go for Central Europe, but oh well. Doesn't really matter. So let's see how vampirism is going to do. Neurax worm emerges. Vampirism is a Neurax worm, undiscovered for thousands of years. Now humans have entered its natural habitat and given it the means to spread.
Now of course, here I am the vampire lord. I have created this disease to spread vampirism to all of humanity.
Let's see how that will work out. Vampirism begins to spread. Wonderful! As you can see, the Neurax worm is completely different from all the previous diseases. So our transmissions have concertina locomotion, which basically means that the how do you say, the tentacles on the top of the head of the plague of our Neurax worm is able to, well, go faster, be stronger, so they'll walk faster on their little heads. We have X, which deposit X, of course, which increases infectivity, and genetic swap, which makes be able to increase the chance of mutation. So it will mutate faster, and because we have a faster mutation, and because, again, here in the overview you can see we have a plague that can mutate transmissions, this might be interesting to mutate faster. And because we're going to get this covered anyway, might also be interesting. Now, these are the symptoms, again completely blank aside from one: neural breach. Breach the blood-brain barrier to allow access to the host brain. Causes dystonia, rapid eye blinking. You can imagine. And this will give us access to a wide variety of these symptoms. Now we have the abilities, again cold and heat resistance, drug resistance, and here we have a new one, which is the Trojan planes. Now I really like this one, because manipulation of dopamine transporters, that's a hormone that makes you feel really happy, results in a form of ADHD, which encourages hosts to fly to a target country. In other words, I can make people fly to a country and infect that country, basically. So that's one I really like, but I think I'm going to start with the genetic swap to be more infectious and to be with a higher mutation rate. Now, it opened up two more. Corpse feeder, worms drawn to corpses, increases infectivity when corpses are present. And we have mutative regeneration, which basically means, again, an increase in mutation. So that's the next one. And you can see the costs are quite low for these, for this guy, for this Neurax worm. 3 points. Well, aside again from the drug resistance, these 3 are the normal ones we always had. So, that is for a little tutorial on the Neurax worm. Now let's spread vampirism all over the globe. Yeah, again I can already see mutative regeneration. And then the next one is 7 DNA. Again, highly prone to mutation, which I want right now. I don't know if it's a smart move. I might have screwed us over already at the beginning, but oh well. So apparently, oh wait, that one. Ships are more resistant now. I cannot go through means of water unless I get the water means of transmission. New rural livestock legislation. New rules for transport hygiene of farm animals makes rural areas less vulnerable to disease. Oh, this is not good. This is not going well at all. Country information. Yeah, we know. So, when I take Conturnica locomotion, I get access to water and air. I know that. I know that from previous one. And when I take X, I get also access to livestock. Which might be good. They're both good right now. Alright, I'm going to take this one. Next one is 6 DNA. Vampirism infects hundreds. So, again, locomotion. Here we have water is 12. Air transmission mutated. Here, there we go. Great! Thank you. So I shouldn't invest too much in my transmissions. Because otherwise it might... Well, I can mutate them anyway. Spreads to Turkey. Fantastic. Now we have Turkish vampires as well. Okay, there we go. So we get water to fight the water thing. And now I want eggs. Upgrade, let ships be infected again. There we go. Ships can be infected with vampirism once more. Great. This is one of my favorite. Well, I mean, I haven't played the rest of them, but so far, Neurax worm is my favorite. X1 transmission mutated. That was the one I wanted to get. Amazing. So what do we have here? Especially in urban environments, hot environments. Okay, so we don't have anything for the livestock, apparently. That's a shame. Well, in that case, I'm going to get drug resistance because I am in Europe, and though the Balkan states are not very good, according to the game at least, with their drugs, with their drugs and their medication. But I am very close to the Western Europe, which is rich with rich countries, so therefore I need a drug resistance. Retiters demand site paywall. A group of retiters, unsatisfied with their working conditions, have put forward a motion to require readers to subscribe to paywall. Community fully supportive. Paywall. PayPal. I can see what is going on here. Very smart game, very smart. Here we go. New minor disease spreading. In a normal checkup, a doctor in Balkan states found a new disease which has been named vampirism. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. Well, as I've been told, vampires are a real pain to the neck. Balkan states start to work on cure. Well, that's not good, but it will be really slowly because they are the first and only country. And because my disease is mostly harmless, they're not really paying attention to it. Insect transmission mutated. Great. It's not mutating any symptoms yet. That's interesting. Balkan states shut down land borders. Well, that's okay because I've already spread to the neighboring countries anyway. Vampirism, just another parasite. Quote to quote. Scientists tell public not to worry about vampirism. Although unpleasant, it does not appear to cause any symptoms in humans and will not be easily cured. And will be easily cured. Just another parasite. We have seen many parasites in our lives already. Disturbing reports of vampirism. Scientists proved that vampirism could theoretically manipulate human thoughts to its advantage. Neural breach symptom mutated. Ah, that is the first of the actual symptoms. Here, see, there we go, neural breach. So that's the rapid eye movement. And then here we have cerebral tendrils. Tendril production in the cerebral cavities begins, enables increased control over the host brain. So these two don't actually do anything other than up the infectivity, I believe. So now I'm gonna go for the Trojan planes. And this is really, really nifty, but you will see that in a minute. Well, maybe for you guys a few seconds. So I just got the Trojan planes. As you can see, pop the bubble, then click the country you want to travel to. So I popped the bubble. from the Central Europe. And now I can select a country. And I'm gonna go for Greenland, because Greenland has always been really difficult. I'm gonna go for Greenland. And now you will see that there's an orange plane, there it is, flying towards Greenland. And it's infecting Greenland, there we go. And this is really, really nifty to infect countries. There we go, Madagascar. I want Iceland, now I have a lot of DNA points. I'm gonna go for the Trojan planes 2, which basically means I get more Trojan planes. And also for 3, which gives me more Trojan planes. And then I'm gonna go for Trojan roamers. Adrenaline secretion in Trojan hosts cause them to travel more, increasing infectivity in target country. So this means they... Now, first we had the Trojan horse planes that we can just infect countries. Now in every plane there are more, well, specimens with the plague, which will infect even more specimens. Yes, I'm saying specimens deliberately. So there we go. And then again, Trojan horse 2. Now in the above one, Trojan destroyers, testosterone secretion in Trojan hosts cause destructive and aggressive behavior in target country. So as you can see, it's always the males. Males make testosterone. And yeah, we are just aggressive by nature. We cannot help ourselves. No guys, we can. Just calm down a bit, okay? And otherwise, just blame it on the testosterone. So, am I going to do that? I'm not sure. I don't need much more infectivity. What does this do? Corpse feeder. Oh right, that's when the corpses, but I don't have any lethality yet. I'm gonna wait. This is good for now. Vampirism is becoming scary. The more scary vampirism becomes by hurting and killing people, the harder humans will try to cure it. Remember this when evolving your disease. Oh, I remember. Vampirism placed on the watch list. Vampirism has been placed on the WHO watch list. Already dangerous, governments are warned that it could become unstoppable. It's actually much more difficult to talk with these fangs in. Indonesia. And I'm going to infect New Guinea. Oh, this is perfect. And I'm going to infect New Zealand. See, now I can get all these islands much more effectively. I don't know what I have today. My speaking is absolutely off. Sorry guys. Must be the spirit of Halloween creeping in my mind. Like a parasite. Oh, I have so much DNA points. 102. Damn. What am I going to do with that? Yeah, I'm going to go for the animals. Because they give me a good rate of infectivity. So we now have the birds. Worms become a food source for birds, but many survive in the digestive tract, allowing increased transmission. Okay, that's how we do it. How the plague does it. Worms develop the ability to breathe in the bird's digestive tract, allowing greater distribution and transmission. And the rodent. Worm eggs attach themselves to the fur of rats, which increases their infectiousness, especially in urban environments. As you can see, the S, like it's really difficult for me with these fangs in. Worm eggs secrete neurochemical that drives rats to attack humans, increasing infectivity, especially in urban environments. What was the insects then? Worm eggs attach themselves to insects, causing increased infectivity, especially in hot countries. Attaching to a greater range of insects allows a large increase in infectivity, especially in hot countries. Yeah, because I think there are, well, maybe not more insects in hot countries, but they do thrive much better there than in cold countries. Oh, I just noticed, when you look at the brain here on the right, there's all these tendrils that are getting longer and longer, like going over the brain. Love it. So, let's see. I still have 36 points. So, let's get air 2 and let's get... Oh, wait, what is this? Maxi membranes allow survival in air conditioning vents and other arid locations. Increases infectivity, especially in rich and hot countries. Well, Africa is a hot country, so let's go for that. Let's get India some more, because it's already infected, but sending just a plane there will increase infectivity a lot. 50%, it's going really fast. Okay, I'm going to use my genetic reshuffle. There we go. Should give me some more time. Vampirism genes manipulated. Scientists have introduced synthetic genes into vampirism. Who? Researchers say that this breakthrough will help cure efforts. No! Oh, that's bad. See, it just went up from 38% straight to 52. Oh, it's growing really fast. How am I going to do this? Think. Maybe if I start producing these symptoms, my plague will be harder to cure. Right, I want to go to the left. Adrenergic constriction. Beta receptor blockers released, dampening anxiety in the host and lessening severity of allergic reactions in the worm. Okay. Mass synthesis of neurotransmitter gamma aminobutyric acid significantly reduces anxiety in the host and minimizes severity of reactions. I have no idea what gamma aminobutyric acid is. But that doesn't really matter for the sake of the let's play in the game, I suppose. Okay. I like this. What is this? Psychosis. Yeah, I like this. Tendrils tweak dopamine receptors, inducing occasional states of psychosis and personality shifts to better accommodate the worm. Very well. It was so hard. What is this? Despair. All the serotonin levels impact mood regulation, induce feeling of despair in the host and lessen self-preservation instinct. Or adoration. Surges of testosterone and estrogen hijack host emotion and create desire to spread infection. Oh yeah, I like that. Then, devotion. Surges of dopamine and serotonin compel the host to constantly think about the worm and triggers intense rushes of pleasure. That's not just devotion, that's a sexual... I want to say inhibition, but that's the opposite of that. Anyway, a worm that arouses you. How cool is that? A vampiric worm that... No, I do suppose that vampires nowadays in the modern movies are seen as a arousing object, person. Doesn't really matter. Let's get it. What do we have? Obsession. Severe damage to orbital cortex triggers OCD, forcing hosts to obsess over a specific worm-related task. Okay, or transcendence. Overdose of oxytocin and vasopressin forces hosts into a permanent state of worship or acceptance, treating the Neurax worm as an eternal god. That is awesome. I'm gonna get this one. Oh, 43 DNA, that's a lot. And I still have this problem with the cure going so fast. And let's just see how it works out. Despair symptom mutated. Vampirism is mutated and developed a despair symptom and using DNA points. So that's this one. Yeah, so what is the next one? Suicide. Tendrils release neurotoxins which cause severe disorientation and suicidal impulses in the host. Ugh. I do like the transcendence more, because that means the worm will really survive. Because once the host dies, the worm dies. And this way, everybody is turned into a vampire. And will worship the vampire lord, I think. Maybe. Would be really cool. I got a lot of DNA points again. I can go for transcendence now. Great. So I have transcendence. Maybe I should go for confusion. Dopamine production stimulated to cause bouts of confusion in host. Harder to concentrate on complex work. Yeah, okay. That sounds good for the cure. Well, not so good for the cure. It sounds good for vampirism. Neurotic plagues deposited on grey matter significantly impact memory and learning. Very hard to cure. Oh, that's nice. Yep, we go for that one. Tendrils field of blood vessels in the brain which cause aneurysms can be lethal and hard to accurately diagnose. Really good as well. Bruised tissue causes language impairment, makes developing a cure significantly harder. Okay, so let's get this one as well then. 16. Need 4 more. And there we go. So what else do we have? Apraxia. Bruised tissue causes inability to execute certain movements. Reduces infectiousness, but it is extremely hard to cure. Okay. And mature tendrils constrict the brainstem and cause a loss of consciousness in the host, potentially being fatal and significantly harder to cure. I would go for this one then, because I don't want to let my infectivity drop. So this is 19 DNA points. UK begins to break down. Great. That's what we want. East Africa. So the cure did go down because I got those significantly harder to cure symptoms. That's good. France in anarchy. France is the first to fall into anarchy due to vampirism. No cure research can take place.
That is awesome.
I'm so happy with that. This game brings out the worst in you, but I guess on Halloween that is a good thing. Infected worship vampirism. People infected with vampirism are reporting visions of rapture and the glorious new overlord species. The vampires, of course. Without a cure, life as we know it will be over. I'm really curious what this transcendence is going to do. Apraxia symptom mutated, so which one is that? Okay, so the infectivity has gone down because of this. I could evolve it, but I want my cure to be hard. Or my cure should be really hard. I want my cure to be so hard right now. Why? Why do I say these things? Why do I keep saying these things? I am so sorry for you guys to let you put up with the crap that is coming out of my mouth. So anyway, let's get coma as well, because I want my disease to be very hard to cure. So now everyone should be infected. Yeah, there are no healthy people left in the world. Everyone is infected with vampirism. So now what? I'm gonna fly somewhere. There we go. Vampirism enslaves humanity. The whole world worships vampirism as their god and master. Efforts to cure the plague have ceased and humanity is entering a dark, new future as a slave species. Everyone has turned into a vampire. And that doesn't really make sense because vampires need to drink blood from humans. It's just a fantasy story. Awesome. This is a great ending. I love this. Enslavement of humanity.
The world is mine!
Victory. That was great. That was really interesting and such a new concept when compared to the bacteria. And what else did we have? The virus and the fungus. So yeah, this was really good. I really liked it. So, well, I guess you can watch how the end of days approach. Starting in the Balkan states as vampirism took over the world and everybody became a vampire. I'm already a vampire. So, guys, I hope you had a great Halloween, because this episode is going to launch for me tomorrow, so for you on the 1st of November. But today it is Halloween. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the episode, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. That was really good. I really liked that. This game brings the worst out in me.